My name is Nikki, of course, but today I will not have to do the entire webinar. We're very lucky to have Millie from Rocky Mountaineer with me, and she will be hosting the webinar today. So I'm just here to do a quick little intro and just say welcome, and then I'll pop back in the end just with a little bit of extra detail. So thank you so much to Millie for doing this webinar for us. And I'm going to now hand that over to her.
Thanks, Nikki, and hi, welcome everybody. As Nikki mentioned, my name is Millie. I'm one of the sales managers for Rocky Mountaineer, and it's my absolute pleasure this morning to be here telling you everything that's new with our 2019 program and really kicking it off with a bang as we launch 2019 Canada and Alaska. So you can see here on your screen that beautiful image of the train going through an autumn landscape with some snow on the side. This is our brand new brochure cover, Bound for Incredible. So over the next 15 minutes, I'm going to just do a quick recap on our routes that we offer, the service levels, what's new in our 2019 program, and then we're going to finish up with some offers. So let's get straight in there. So Rocky Mountaineer is all about the 4 S's, and this helps you to understand really why Rocky Mountaineer is so special and distinctive. So the 4 S's we live by is the sweet and savoury. So this is the culinary aspect that we have on board. The food on board the train, whether your guests choose silverleaf or gold leaf, is 5-star locally sourced cuisine with beautifully matched wines as well from the BC area. The service on board, so this is from our onboard hosts. So your clients will be treated to our Canadian hosts on board that will take them through their 2-day journey or 3-day journey, depending on the itinerary. The scenery, well, we know Canada is absolutely breathtaking, and with our full dome fleet, we offer your guests the very best of the scenery on board Rocky Mountaineer through those beautiful glass windows. And then of course the socialization. So what better way to socialize than with a couple of glasses of wine and confined to a carriage. But our guests definitely do make the most of it, and they come off with some brand new friends that perhaps they might travel on some other itineraries with, or to other countries as well. So it is something very special. So just a quick look at our route map that we have there, which is in the front cover of both our 2018 and our brand new 2019 brochure. I'm going to talk about our 4 distinctive routes that we have to offer, but it's going to be a very quick recap just due to the time constraints of the webinar this morning. So if you would like some further information, just chat to your Great Train Journeys team at Rail Plus, or also there's some further information in the brochure as well. So first, looking at our Rainforest to Gold Rush. So this particular journey is a 3-day journey from Vancouver through Whistler, Quesnel and Jasper. It's a slightly lesser known itinerary. We run this itinerary from May through to September, so mid-May through to around mid-September. And it's a slightly smaller train than we operate on our other journeys. So it does sell out quite quickly, and the scenery is absolutely breathtaking. From beautiful rainforests, green lakes, through to glaciers and fjords, right through to BC's Gold Country, Quesnel, and then of course the pinnacle heading around into Jasper, into the Canadian Rockies on this particular journey. Journey through the clouds. This one is actually my favourite journey. So 2 days from Vancouver through Kamloops and then up into Jasper. So on this 2-day journey, generally your guests will leave Vancouver station anywhere from about 7 a.m. in the morning, arriving into Kamloops anywhere from 5:30. So it is a full day on the train, and then the same for day 2 as well, from Kamloops up to Jasper. Vancouver to Kamloops, we follow along the Fraser River. Absolutely spectacular, beautiful lakes we pass by, raging rivers, and then we arrive into the desert landscape of Kamloops before they overnight there in a hotel, and then we head up into Jasper. So they'll see the amazing Mount Robson, which is the tallest peak in the Canadian Rockies. You can see pictured here. And then we have our first passage to the west. Now, this rail journey is the most popular, and it's also one of the oldest rail journeys as well. So this is the first rail line that links the coast with the coast, so the east coast to the west coast. And we are actually the only tourist train running from Kamloops through to Lake Louise and Banff now as well. So quite special. So from Vancouver through to Kamloops is the same as Journey Through the Clouds. So heading along the Fraser River, arriving into that desert landscape of Kamloops, we overnight there, and then we head on to Lake Louise or Banff, depending on your guest's itinerary. So this is where they're going to pass through the spiral tunnels and all of the spectacular Canadian Rockies scenery along the way, and hopefully your clients will get to see a bear or two from the train. Now our coastal passage, this coastal passage has slightly changed for our 2019 season. So this moving forward into 2019, your clients will travel from Seattle to Vancouver, where they can stay a few nights in Vancouver depending on their preference. They'll then board the train again and head on through to Kamloops for that overnight stay, and then another day on the train through to Lake Louise or Banff depending on their itinerary. So this one is a 3-day journey. So you've got the all that the coast has to offer from Seattle down in Washington through to Vancouver up in BC, and then heading into the spectacular Canadian Rockies. Or for those clients that just can't decide which route, or those that just want to see it all and are very passionate about trains and absolutely spectacular scenery, which is most people, we do have our circle journeys. So this is where they're linking 2 or more rail routes and heading basically from Vancouver generally into the Canadian Rockies and then back around to Vancouver on board Rocky Mountaineer. So that just is a quick recap of our routes. We're now going to look at what's new for 2019. So of course, a new year brings some exciting changes and even more exciting adventures for your clients. So we have 4 brand new itineraries, and 3 of those are actually our self-drive packages. So this is where they'll have a hire car through the Canadian Rockies, so they really can explore at their own pace. So the first one is our first passage to the west, Canmore self-drive. So they've got the 2 days on board the train from Vancouver through to Banff. They'll disembark the train in Banff and they'll pick up a hire car. They'll drive through to Canmore for 2 nights, 1 night in Lake Louise, and then finish up with 1 night in Calgary. So the town of Canmore, it is a picture postcard mountain community. It's around about a 20-minute drive from Banff and is home to accomplished athletes, artists and artisans. Beautiful walking and cycling paths through the town. It attracts people passionate about an outdoor lifestyle. They'll be able to hike, mountaineer, explore caves, or the option to take a helicopter ride as well. So plenty of beautiful scenery from Canmore, and having the hire car, they can do trips into Banff, explore all that Banff has to offer, and the amazing and stunning surrounding scenery as well. The second brand new itinerary we have is First Passage to the West, Sunshine Village Self-Drive. So this one, again, you've got that First Passage to the West on board Rocky Mountaineer. They'll disembark the train in Banff and they'll drive through to Sunshine Village, which is actually in the township of Banff. They'll have a 2-night stay in Sunshine Village, heading up to Lake Louise for an overnight and down to Calgary for an overnight. So looking at Sunshine Village, they'll be staying at the Mountain Lodge, which is located gondola ride up from Sunshine Village, and the lifts run from approximately 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So the gondola is included for your clients, and after 5 p.m. there'll be a shuttle van that is available for your guests to access, getting to and from the lodge. The actual resort itself sits on top of the Continental Divide at an elevation of 7,200 feet. Absolutely spectacular scenery, uninterrupted views of mountain terrain. It's known as Canada's #1 hiking area. Sunshine Village offers tranquil nature walks, gondola rides, biking, hot springs, and is only minutes from the township of Banff. And as mentioned, they'll have that hire car so they can explore all that the surrounding area has to offer. Then we have our First Passage to the West, Kananaskis Self-Drive. So again, 2 days on board Rocky Mountaineer. We've got hire car from Banff heading through to Kananaskis for 2 night stay, 1 night in Lake Louise, and an overnight in Calgary to finish off the itinerary. So your guests will stay at the Pomeroy Kananaskis Mountain Lodge, which recently received a $33 million renovation, which includes a new Nordic spa and 5 restaurants on site. So an absolutely beautiful property. Located in a spectacular mountain landscape. It's about a 45-minute drive from Banff and encompasses several protected parks, unspoiled streams and untouched forests. So your guests have the opportunity to hike, mountain bike, ride horses, play golf, go whitewater rafting and fish from the shores of the Kananaskis Lake, or just simply breathe in that clean mountain air as part of this itinerary. And then one of the last of our brand new itineraries, and one that I'm actually really excited about, is our Journey Through the Clouds mountain adventures. So starting in Vancouver, they'll do that 2-day Rocky Mountaineer journey through the clouds up to Jasper. So they'll overnight in Kamloops and arrive into Jasper. They'll have 3 nights at the CMH Caribous, which is helicopter in and out of the Caribous. They'll then depart Jasper on motor coach, heading down to Banff. So on the way, they'll stop at the Columbia Icefields. They'll have a stop off at Lake Louise. They'll have a 2-night stay in Banff before finishing with that overnight in Calgary, with the panoramic helicopter tour included on the trip from Banff through to Calgary. So just quickly touching on what the CMH Caribous has to offer. It's nestled in the stunning BC backcountry. The Caribous Lodge is a cozy home away from home that will make you feel instantly welcome, with 28 rooms, a games room, swimming pond, music room, massage therapy, sauna, a plush lounge and outdoor hot tubs. Fully equipped with all the modern amenities, Caribous Lodge is casual yet refined and staffed with a delicate team of guides, hosts and culinary talent. Meals are served family style, and your guides will join you with the other guests to swap stories of the day's adventures. The guides at the CMH Caribous will equip clients with all of the hiking gear required to adventure in the high country terrain, only accessible via helicopter. So it really will be something special for your clients to explore and enjoy on this brand new itinerary. In 2019, we've also updated the naming convention of our services. Silverleaf Service is now called Silverleaf Service Plus Hotel, and Goldleaf is the Goldleaf Service Plus Hotel. Goldleaf Deluxe is now called the Silverleaf Service Plus Hotel Upgrade. So it's just a slight change in the naming convention for the hotels, as Rocky Mountaineer will no longer be common rating hotels within a category. Pricing that is displayed will reflect a specific hotel and room category mapped to that specific package. Changes to the room type or the hotel will of course result in a change in the package price, and of course your great Train Journeys team will be able to assist you with any changes and any special requests that your guests require of specific hotels, room categories, and of course upgrading as well. Perhaps they're just wanting to look at Goldleaf service on the train and look at the Silverleaf service hotels that we offer, the ones that we map to that Silverleaf service, so around about your 3.5 to 4 star. That still will be an option for your guests as well. Just quickly before I touch on the 2 service levels, the 2019 brochure is out now, and you'll notice in the package itinerary pages that we have throughout the brochure, there is no pricing this year. All of the pricing is actually towards the rear of the brochure in the very back fold out page, where you've got your from pricing for each package that is displayed throughout the throughout the brochure itself. So all of the different packages. We also do the cruising packages as well, where they can add on the Holland America cruise, and your Great Train Journeys team can help you out with that. So just touching on the 2 service levels that Rocky Mountaineer offer, in 2016 we became an all-dome fleet offering the panoramic views of the stunning Canadian Rocky scenery. So looking at the 2 service levels, we have our Gold Leaf and we have our Silver Leaf service. So you can see here the 2 different carriages that Rocky Mountaineer offers. The Gold Leaf is the custom designed bi-level coach and Silver Leaf is that single level coach. So with Gold Leaf, we have those stunning views from the very top of the carriage where your guests will have their assigned seat throughout the day. And then they'll head downstairs to the dining cart for their breakfast and lunch. So absolutely gourmet, delicious food served in the dining cart of the Gold Leaf service. And then Silver Leaf is that single level with windows right up to the curvature of the ceiling. So still panoramic, beautiful, stunning views out of the Silver Leaf service carriage with meals served to the seat for your guests in Silver Leaf. So you can see here, this one just showcases the Silver Leaf carriages that we have available on board the train. They will receive, of course, the hosts on board will entertain them with storytelling right throughout their 2 or 3 day journey. They'll have complimentary beverages, including wine, beer, spirits, and non-alcoholic drinks, meals served to the seat, and complimentary transfers and baggage delivery to their overnight hotel accommodations on all 4 of our routes. Just a little bit of an example of the hotels we map to our Silver Leaf service. So they're around about your 3.5 to 4-star hotels. We've got the Georgian Court in Vancouver, the Paramount Seattle. We've got the Marriott Calgary downtown and the Delta Whistler, just to give you a bit of an idea of a few of the different properties we have available for the Silver Leaf service guests. Moving on to Gold Leaf. So Gold Leaf is our most popular level of service. Around about 80% of Australians and New Zealand travellers will travel in Gold Leaf service. So they've got the full dome windows that give that 180-degree view from the very side of their seat right up to the other side of the carriage. So they really do get the most of the scenery that is on offer throughout the Canadian Rockies. The gourmet breakfast and lunch are served in the lower dining room of each individual Gold Leaf service coach. We've also got this image here of that Gold Leaf service. You can see the beautiful panoramic windows that we've got up in that top section of Gold Leaf. So absolutely stunning scenery. And then we also have the outdoor viewing platform on each of our Gold Leaf service carriages. So your guests can head out there and really take in that beautiful mountain air, get some amazing photos as well from that outdoor viewing platform. And then at night, the hotels that we map to our Gold Leaf service is your 4.5 to 5-star properties. So in Banff, the beautiful Rimrock Hotel, the Four Seasons Hotel in Whistler, Hotel Le Germain in Calgary, and that brand new Pomeroy Kananaskis Mountain Lodge on that brand new itinerary we have for 2019. Just to quickly touch on when to travel. We travel from mid-April through to mid-October on board Rocky Mountaineer. In my opinion, each season is spectacular from spring, summer and autumn. So it just depends on what your clients are after. The springtime is still quite frozen. Then we head into the beautiful summer months where we have longer days and beautiful summer weather, of course. Lots of wildlife around in the springtime, and then we head into autumn where we have that change in season coming through and the first snowfall in the Canadian Rockies. Rocky Mountaineer offers additional sightseeing activities for your guests as well. The Ice Explorer on the Athabasca Glacier, helicopter rides through Banff, and the gondola ride in Banff as well, just to name a few. And then we have Holland America, who we partner with for the Alaskan Inside Passage journeys, the 7-night return journeys that Rail Plus can absolutely help you out with packaging that together for your clients. Just some demographics on your Rocky Mountaineer clients. So around about 37% are age 65 to 74 and 42 is that 55 to 64 age bracket. Average age is 61 and only 51% are retired. So lots of people that are still working and making the most of their time off and heading over to Canada and doing Rocky Mountaineer. 27.5 days is the average length of trip. So they're spending quite a lot of time over in Canada when they're heading over. And we have our early booking bonus. So in 2019, right now, if your guests book a qualifying journey of 8 days or more, they'll receive $1,000 per couple in added value. And that offer goes through until the 31st of August. Just to give you a bit of an idea on what they can use that for is additional hotel nights pre or post their itinerary, dining packages for their itineraries as well, cruising, transfers and sightseeing. So plenty of different options. So I'm now going to hand back over to Nikki just to touch on an exciting incentive that we have running at the moment.
Perfect. Thank you so much to Millie for doing that for us today. We're very excited here at Rail Plus and all the changes. So firstly, we've got a couple of very exciting things happening at the moment. So the first thing we have is we are running a Rocky Mountaineer incentive right now. So how it will work is that you will earn points, which will go towards a total. And what you have the chance to win is 2 seats in the Rocky. So you have the chance to take yourself and any travel buddy that you choose. So currently we have a deal as well until the end of the month for bonus points. So right now, or the standard promo is 2018 travel is 3 points per passenger, 2019 travel is worth 1 point per passenger, but until the end of the month we have double points. So your 2018 clients will give you 6 points and your 2019 will give you 2. We'll also have bonus point opportunities. So at the end of this, you'll get a link for a quiz and that'll give you a couple of bonus points as well. Yep, so we're going to go to the next slide. Perfect. So we also have an incentive, a bit of a prize at the moment. So what you need to do is you need to grab the brochure either from TIFFs or Brochure Flow, or you can also view the e-brochure through our website and count the wildlife. So we do wanting you to count no humans, just animals, and we don't want you to count any steaks or anything on the plate. So these would be actual full animals. Send your answer off to the competition's email on the link and you'll have the chance to win a Cosmire gift card, a $500 gift card of your choosing, or a couple of awesome prizes. My favorite is the cookbook because you do get to get the meals that they actually serve on the train, which is pretty cool. You can recreate them at home. So contacting Rail Plus, so for our Australian agents, we have the gtj@railplus.com.au email address and our direct phone number. And for our New Zealand agents, we have the .co.nz email address and your contact there. So the Great Train Journey team, we have an excellent staffing through that. All of the guys have been on the actual Rocky Mountaineer as well. So whenever you do have questions, please let them know. We also have these guys' staff stories on our website. So if you do want to read back on the experiences that the Rail Plus staff have had, then you'll find their staff stories on the website too. The other contact point, of course, you have is your rep. So all of our reps have also all travelled on the Rocky Mountaineer, and we have a couple of different routes up our belt. So if you have any questions about whether it be Journey Through the Clouds or the Rainforest or Gold Rush, do let them know. So you've obviously got Shelley over in New Zealand, VicTaz SA is myself, Nikki, New South Wales, ACT and WA is Matt, and Queensland and Northern Territory and Northern New South Wales is Larry. And all the contact details for the rep, of course, are on the website as well. Yeah, so the other thing just quickly before we do leave, so we will be sending out a link after this, of course, with the video like we always do, a couple of Q&As, but we haven't really had any questions, so if anyone has them, please send them through. We'll also be sending the quiz, which will earn you the extra points. So while you are filling in that quiz, just remember that that'll give you a couple of extra points, but obviously we really do want those bookings to earn you the most amount of points. Rail Plus has a whole bunch of selling tools to help you guys assist your clients better. Obviously, we've got your rep training. We also have selling guides to qualify your clients to give them the most package. We do have, of course, the Rail Expert Training Program. So with the Rail Expert Training Program, we will be rolling that out into our luxury product. So currently it's all the European content, but it will very soon have a couple extra modules in there covering Rocky Mountaineer and Canada and the rest of the Great Train Journey stuff. So what we really, of course, want everyone to do is be able to experience the product. just I'm sure as Millie would agree to, but for the current incentive, it will just be for you and a travel buddy to choose your date. So you'll have that chance to see bears and ospreys and Sasquatches for yourself in 2019. So we've just got one quick question just directed at Millie. So I'm just going to hand back to her very quickly. So Millie, all yours.
Thanks, Nikki. And just on that, if anyone does see a Sasquatch, I'd really like to see some photo evidence of it, please. So the question that we had come through is, can you please let us know why Journey Through the Clouds is your favourite? So it's like your small children, I guess. Once they say you never should have a favourite of your children, but generally you always do. And it's the same with me and my journey on board Rocky Mountaineer. So the reason that I love Journey Through the Clouds is obviously it's your 2-day rail from Vancouver through Kamloops up to Jasper. I absolutely love the township of Jasper, and it's one of my favourite townships throughout the Canadian Rockies. And a lot of people, if they do First Passage to the West, they actually miss out on Jasper. And I think it's a real shame because it's such a beautiful mountain community. You're surrounded by stunning Rocky Mountains, and it's in a national park, so there is so much wildlife to be seen as well. But on board the actual train from Kamloops through to Jasper, they'll go past some absolutely spectacular sights, and one of those is Pyramid Falls. So Pyramid Falls is this beautiful waterfall coming out of the top of the mountain, and it cascades down the mountainside in the shape of a pyramid. And it then actually falls under the rail line. And if you're in our Gold Leaf service and your guests head out to the back viewing platform, you can actually feel the spray from the waterfall. You're that close to it. You can get some amazing pictures, but it also can only be seen from the rail line unless your guests or people that are visiting Canada want to do quite a large hike into actually Pyramid Falls. So it's not something that can be seen from the road. It's just absolutely spectacular. Especially in the springtime when you've got a lot of that snow melt coming off. It's really flowing quite hard, and quite a lot of the sprays coming onto the train, which is quite beautiful. And the other really spectacular part of the scenery is Mount Robson. So Mount Robson being the tallest peak, you see it for quite a long time on the train because you see it as you're coming up to Mount Robson, as you pass Mount Robson, and as it goes behind you. And hopefully your guests will be lucky enough to see it on a clear day. It's absolutely spectacular. And then, of course, you're finishing in that township of Jasper, and you're doing the full Icefields Parkway from Jasper through to Lake Louise and on to Banff. So one of the most stunning drives, scenery-wise, in the world is the Icefields Parkway. So I've just noticed we've had 2 additional questions come through as well. Is smoking still permitted on the viewing platform? Our trains are 100% smoke free. So no, smoking is not permitted on any of the viewing platforms on board the train. Guests will need to have their smoke before they board the train and after they get off the train in Kamloops. So absolutely no smoking on board the train. Another question is, can you have an alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverage at any time in Silverleaf or just with meals? And the answer to that is you can have an alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverage at any time in both our Silverleaf and Gold Leaf service carriages. So in Silverleaf, they will of course serve it with the meals as well as right throughout the train journey. So generally the bar opens in both Silver and Gold Leaf at around about 10:30, 11 a.m. We have the official bar opening call, and then it will be available for each and every one of our guests right throughout their journey until they disembark the train at the end of the day in their destination. Is there any other questions that we've got perhaps coming through? I will just mention as well, guys, I don't think there's any more questions, but I will just mention on board the train, all of your guest luggage is included. So the luggage will be taken from their Vancouver station through to their hotel, whether it be in Kamloops, Whistler, Quesnel, or when they disembark the train in the Canadian Rockies. So they will have their luggage for their overnight stop, and basically they'll just need on board the train a small backpack that can fit under the seat in front of them because of our beautiful windows. There's no overhead locker space on board either of our service levels. So I will just hand back over to Nikki because it doesn't look like there's any further questions, and she will finish up the presentation. But from myself, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in this morning to learn what's new about 2019 and a little bit more about Rocky Mountaineer.
Perfect. Thanks, Millie. So we have been answering a couple of questions, just some quick ones, but we will add those onto the summary so everyone can have a go at reading those. So I just wanted to quickly mention as well, just to remind everyone that Rail Plus can, of course, always tailor make a package to suit your clients. So if your clients do want to add the days at the end, if they want to add sightseeing, accommodation, anything like that, we're all about doing more in Canada than just the rails. So please let the team know if you do have questions. One small, I think, feature that I just want to mention quickly is that Gold Leaf does have a lift in the train. So the staircase can be quite narrow. So if you ever have clients with mobility issues, there is definitely still the chance for them to experience the train. They do, of course, need to be able to access Rocky's wheelchair to get up and down the aisle if they are in a wheelchair. And we may need to look at some of the accommodation options as whether we can get them not shower over bath. But there is a lift on the train, which is a very small feature. Oh, it's not tiny, it's a big feature, but it makes such a difference, obviously, for those clients with mobility issues. So once again, thank you so much for joining us today. If you do have any questions, please contact your rep or your Great Train Journey team members. The options, I think, with Canada are definitely, they're endless. So there's a variety of stuff that we can book. We're very passionate about Rocky in the office as well. We do love it as a product. So that's all. Thank you again for tuning in, and good luck with the incentive and the questions. And I would love to see someone, or one of you guys, hopefully on the train next year.